Yes. Welcome back to City Extra Stream. It's me, Johnny Putty, with a big U. I said the big LB anyway. It's not, innit? It's Hugh
The Don
Murray,
Hugh.
the Don Dada
The
of
Don.
City Extra now.
That's it,
You
man.
know
This is
what?
my channel.
Yeah, you're somewhat of a fan favorite nowadays, Hugh.
Am I?
Yeah, even when it's just me and LB, people are like, "Where's Hugh gone? Where's Hugh at? Where's Hugh at?" Boy, honestly, people loving this new signing.
Listen, I told you, man, I have a very special connection with the Xtra Club and the City Extra subscribers. Like, we're on the same level. We understand. Like, I come from the same beginnings as them. And I've said, keep renewing your membership, keep showing love to the channel, and one day you can end up like me.
One
I'm
day.
living the dream. I've
One
made
day.
it.
Yeah.
Mama made it.
Mama made
Listen,
it.
if you know me, delete my number. Delete my number. I've gone clear.
Yeah, I ain't getting back to you. Big pepper in the chat. Yeah, so today's news, today's 2 p.m. news, is the fact that we was going to do this yesterday, I think, but obviously Haaland got injured. Haaland, new contract with Manchester City in the works. That seems to be a thing. I think everyone kind of knows that should be something that City are looking at, but it's good to hear actual news about it now, rather than us just thinking it as fans. Because if you look at like the Ruben Diaz deal, as soon after either the year, we signed him up straight away, and got him an extension with better money. Now, better money might be difficult to give Erling Haaland because guy's making a wedge anyway. But what are you saying? Think there's something in this or nah?
Yeah, there definitely is. And my whole thing was when Erling Haaland first signed, and everybody was saying, "Oh, he's got a release clause. He's going to Real Madrid in 2 years. You know, he doesn't even want to play for City." I was like, all right, okay, I hear you. I see what you're saying, but I think there's deeper meaning to this. Now, we'll get on to that release clause talk, because I do want to have a chat about that. Obviously, there was news about no release clause, which is big for us. Hit the soundboard, go on. Yeah, no release.
He's like, feed me them soundboard.
Yeah, but my whole thing was, when he first signed, I think City were saying, if there was a release clause, right, we'll give you a release clause. You can have what you want. The main thing was get him in the door, get him on our books, get him to our club, and then let him fall in love with the place. Let him fall in love with playing under Pep. Let him fall in love with scoring 5 goals against Leipzig and scoring hat-tricks upon hat-tricks and breaking records. Let him basically become a proper Bert, a proper Blue. And then, 6-7 months down the line, once he's fully embedded and he loves the place, you say, "Hey, Erling, how about a new contract?" And listen, all jokes aside, I think you have to give this guy the highest paid player spot. You do. The most money goes to the people who score the most goals. Unfortunately for centre backs and defensive midfielders and that, you're not as glamorous as the people who put the ball in the back of the net. So you're going to give most of your money to your top scorers. And this guy is not only a top scorer, he's a top scorer everywhere right now. He's breaking records. He's scoring mad goals against mad teams in Champions League, Premier League, you name it. So I think, unfortunately for Kevin De Bruyne, who has been our top earner up to now, I believe he's on about 400 grand a week. I think we may have to eclipse that for Erling Haaland. So, yeah, I think this makes sense. Well, we're talking about, we just gave Alvarez the new one. Try and lock down Haaland to a new one as well. It's perfect.
The thing is, obviously Kev has always been like the top Donny, the top paid player, but when Erling Haaland's, and I get that, and you don't really want to like destroy your wage structure in that, but to get Erling Haaland on a new deal, he's currently on like 400 grand a week or whatever it is. I think you are going to have to push it, because you are going to have to give him more money. The guy's making light work of these Premier League records that have been set. And with the amount of goals that he scores in version 1 of this City team with him in, you can only imagine how much better it could get with Erling Haaland. Imagine when we actually start playing more balls in behind for him, do you know what I mean? And start actually playing with Erling Haaland like properly. It's a scary thought. And I think it's difficult because of the wage that he's already on. Do you know what I mean? Like,
but you know what it is, bro? I get what you're saying about the wage structure, and City have always been excellent at keeping a good structure and not breaking it. And the thing is, I think you can break the bank for Erling Haaland and still hold on to your structure, because if any player is going to come to you and say, "Oh, I want to earn as much as Haaland," you're going to say, "Right, well, deliver the goods Haaland's delivering." Haaland is a complete exception to normality. No one can talk about themselves, in my opinion, right now in the same way we can about Erling Haaland. So you can actually retain all your normal things or your normal structure and business plan, but you put Haaland outside that Venn diagram. He's not part of that structure for me. He's someone you simply have to go, right, if we want to retain him and keep him happy, you give the fucker what he wants, because he's that important. And as you said, if this is him right now at Gen 1, when he's still doing that whole betting in season and getting used to the club and he's putting up these numbers, you have to think that the numbers he's going to put up in future will be worth every single penny extra you're going to give him on top of what he's already on now. I think it's a no-brainer. You have to. I'm not saying go and give him 600-700 grand a week, because that would be ludicrous and that would be blowing our budget. But I'm saying, listen, if Kev's on 4, you could definitely say to Erling 450, and then if you hit certain milestones or certain goal tallies per season, you'll get X amount on top of that. There's definitely a way where you can make it satisfiable for everybody in the dressing room. Obviously, for Kev, he likes the idea, because he is the big dog in the dressing room. He is, like, he's Kevin De Bruyne.
Kevin De Bruyne.
He likes the idea of being on the top earner, but he himself has spoke about it in recent weeks. I'm old now. I'm old. I'm getting on, and that's fine. But Haaland is going to become that big dog if he keeps going this way. So keep him happy, keep him sweet, give him what he wants.
Yeah, Tanner there says, Haaland is a Galactico. I have no problem breaking the wage structure for a Galactico. Players will accept that they are not Galacticos like Haaland. I see no issues. Yeah, like you say there, like, you can't exactly have anyone coming up to the City and saying, like, yo, I want what Haaland's on, because City, like you say, City could just turn and go, well, you do what Haaland does and you'll get Haaland money. Like, end of the day,
go be Haaland. Go be Haaland, and you can have Haaland cash.
You want Haaland cash? Go do Erling Haaland things. But then, as people know, it ain't that easy. It ain't that easy.
Upgrade your software. Get the new iOS.
yeah, man. Everyone needs updating it. Haaland's got that. Haaland's got that advance. Darcy says he reckon I'll get 500k. Anthony also says 500k. I've seen a few people like Cade there saying 450k. I think around. I think 450k to 500k. I think I could see City going with that. I could see City actually making that possible. I think it's good that we're trying to get contract talks in early, especially when it's kind of been a year since the Haaland thing was popping off majorly in the City community. Like, it's nearly like a year since he said yes to City, kind of thing. And his first nearly full season at City has been incredible. I think rewarding him with a new contract gets him here further, like an extra couple of years on top of that. And it kind of quashes these rumours that are circulating again about Real Madrid, things like that. If he signs a new contract with City, it kind of renews the faith in the club and the faith that the fans have with him, to say, like, oh yeah, he does want to stay. He does want to stay. He's not just here for 2 seasons then getting off. Like, I feel like it would be a massive boost to the fans, that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you can definitely get him on a new contract. And it will be a massive boost. I was never fully resigned to this whole he's only going to stay for 2 or 3 years. He's only. I never bought into it. You know, from the moment we signed him, every show I went on that week, you know, when all the Haaland news was popping, City have signed Haaland, it's done deal. Every show I went on, particularly the Big Six and these rival shows I do as well, he's only using you as a stepping stone to Real Madrid. He's only using you. And I just thought, you're all ignoring the wider context to this situation. You know, we love these things like his dad was a City fan. You know, he grew up in Manchester for a long time. He's been to City games growing up. That's all beautiful, fine and well. But if you look at the track record of fantastic players we have had over the years, they may have not been Erling Haaland level profile when we first signed them, but they definitely grew into a similar level. Aguero, Silva, De Bruyne, Company, these top players. How many years in a row where both Aguero and Silva linked with the likes of Barca and Real Madrid while they're in their prime, and they chose to stay at Manchester City? That is because our club and the infrastructure we have set up is one that's so hard to walk away from. You rarely see top players force their way out of Manchester City. You see players like Ferran Torres who, they're not that important to us, and they ask to leave. You kind of go, all right, Grant, you can go. We're not that desperate to see you go. But people like David Silva, people like Aguero, these players who really are sought after worldwide, we offer them everything. Isn't it? Yeah. Game changers. We offer them everything. So when push comes to shove and they go, oh, I've got a call here from Florentino Perez at Real Madrid. He wants me to leave City to come to there. That's interesting. I might like to play for Real Madrid. But why would I walk away from what I have here? We're challenging for trophies season in, season out. I'm on a class wage. I'm playing with a class team. The facilities are all class. There's clearly a sustainable project in place here as well. Why would I want to leave? And Haaland's no exception to that. Haaland and his father are clearly smart people. If they feel his career is going to be continuously successful at Manchester City, it doesn't fucking matter what Perez has at Real Madrid. If he's still developing and learning and challenging season in, season out to break records, score goals, earn money, win trophies, what's to leave for? What is to leave for? I mean, weather isn't a problem. He grew up in fucking Norway, Leeds, and Manchester. It's not as if he's used to the sun.
Yeah.
So this is the notion of he's going to leave makes no sense. So opening up new contract talks, I think, was only natural. And we need to talk about that. The no release clause thing. What do you think about that?
The no release clause thing is massive. The no release clause thing is probably one of the biggest things that people talk about, and it does link back to the fact that he'll move to Real Madrid in 2 years. There was rumours of it's only active for Real Madrid, and it's something that everyone was worried about when we first signed him. Now the news that this doesn't actually exist, or it's something. Is it something like 200 million? And it was only coming into play if Pep Guardiola was to leave the football club.
2,000 million, according to Romano.
2,000 million from Fabrizio, which I think he fucked up.
No, that means, we'll say we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It's a language barrier. 200 million.
It's definitely 200 million. But that was only if Pep Guardiola left in it. That there was like a caveat.
If Pep did not extend.
If Pep didn't extend, he'd get a £200 million release clause put automatically into the contract so that he can leave. And that's because, like you were just saying then, him and his dad are very, very like full on. There's another word which I'm not going to use. Full on about his career and making sure that he's at the right place to benefit him and develop him as a player. Like look at when we signed him, they went through all the analytics to make sure that if he came to City, he'd fit in, and how many goals he could score, how many chances he would get, and the trophy thing, everything like that. They have a look and that they say, right, this club is right for us. And now that's why that £200 million release clause, obviously with the whole Raiola thing, there was always putting release clauses in contracts, but it would have protected him, because if he thinks, right, I don't want to be here if Pep's not here because I want to be learning from Pep Guardiola. I want to be managed under Pep Guardiola here. If Pep leaves and the unsurety of who comes in after that, I want to be somewhere where it's stable and I know that my progression will be, continual. Whereas I don't want to go through like some weird phase with a random manager. And then, so Pep leaves, he gets 200 million, or he doesn't extend, he gets £200 million release clause put in there. And then if someone pays it, he can get off. Whereas obviously Pep staying, Haaland staying, which is mint.
Yeah, I think it does all make perfect sense that there would be a release clause implemented for if Pep was not to extend. But I'm also looking at the situation that we're being told now that there's no release clause at all. There never was any release clause. He's a Manchester City player, and if you want to pay him, if you want to get him, you got to negotiate with City. You got to negotiate a fee. And the reason I feel there's truth to that is because City are an exception to other clubs that maybe have had Haaland before and knew he was going to leave anyway, and they want to secure a certain fee for him. I think the Haalands would have been pretty confident in the knowledge and comfort that City are not a club that would try and hold them hostage. If Alfie Haaland and Erling Haaland went to Cheeky or went to Khaldoon and said, listen, we've been here 3-4 years now, we think he should move on to X and Y, we don't want to be here anymore. We want to move on. I think City are the kind of club that would say, okay, we can make it happen. Similar to the Bernardo Silva situation, we can make it happen. And that's the way City have always operated. If you don't want to be here, doesn't matter who you are, you can go. So the no release clause thing, it makes sense. Like you're seeing it with Bernardo Silva right now. You can go. You can leave. Just bring us the offer that we want.
Bring the offer to us.
We're not going to get roasted. We won't allow ourselves to get roasted on any transfer. We won't bet. You're not going to bend us over and take our best players for nothing. So you can leave. Simple as. So I think it all makes sense. And City have absolutely smashed this whole Erling Haaland thing. Absolutely smashed it. When you look at the whole timeline from start to finish, you know, we think we're going to have to pay a crazy amount of money, or at least a massive amount of money, to get him in. We get him for 50 million. That's absolutely outrageous. 50 million. You bring him in, you get him in the door of the club. He's yours. He belongs to you at that point. And you're saying, right, we can do what we want now. Oh, he's a release clause. He's going to leave, Real Madrid 2-3 years time, yada, yada, yada. Word comes out. There is no release clause. Word comes out. They're talking about signing a new contract. City have absolutely smashed this out of the water. Yeah. The best striker in world football. And he loves it at the club. Oh,
and it looks like he loves it as well. Like, it's not just like we're hearing this. You see it in all like the videos they put, like all like these TikToks and that they put up, all like the videos and shit. It's in the Instagram videos. It's mad. The guy absolutely loves it at City. He's becoming like best mates with Jack Grealish. I swear them two are always together. They're always taking the piss. Them two are like best mates. I mean, that makes Jack Grealish worth the extra 100 million anyway, or the 100 million anyway, just because he's best friends with Erling Haaland and keeping him happy until Jude gets here. But that's another thing, like, the Jude Bellingham signing would only fund Erling Haaland's happiness at this Manchester City, at the football club, you know what I mean? Because they were best mates in Dortmund. He brings him here, if that does get over the line, and Haaland will be buzzing again. Do you know how like the club's built for Pep, and it is 100% built for Pep, but with the players that could be here, like, you'd say that if we did sign Jude Bellingham, it's built for Haaland as well. Like, he's got the players around him, surrounding him, who he's really close with. And I know football careers and that aren't all about mates and that, but as someone who's comfortable and wants to be happy at the football club, that will go a long way. It'll go a long way. The fact that he's surrounded by people who are close with, like that's next level. That.
I think there's a certain element of future-proofing to it as well. Future-proofing. So when Pep does inevitably leave, because I hate to break it to people, the day is coming at some point, he will leave. If there is a squad in place and a good harmony within the squad, you're going to retain them. You bring in a decent manager who brings in decent tactics and gets them all to play half decent. They're all going to want to stay. So, yeah, listen, I'm with you, man. The green links. It's all about those green links.
Yeah,
the
it's a green ultimate team links. 100%.
Yeah, man, we're playing Man City Ultimate Team here. Bring Jude Bellingham in. Haaland's happy. Bellingham's happy, and that's another reason as to why I feel Bellingham is. I'm really confident. Lewis asked me this morning. I'm going to ask you the same question now. Scale of 1 to 10. How confident how confident are you on Jude Bellingham to City? I said 7.6.
My initial thing was 7 then, because I'm still a bit reserved because obviously Liverpool fans are still gassing it.
Liverpool fans are still gassing because for them it's a matter of pride. It really is.
But you know what it is, because they went so big. They went so big. The fact that they are getting him, and now that like news is coming out about them potentially not getting him, it's like, oh, I've still got to put up the front.
But we sat here chilling. Yeah. We chilled. The whole Bellingham thing. We sat here like, yeah, we know we can get him or we could get him, but if we don't, it's not disaster for us if we don't get Jude Bellingham. Like, we know the way our board operates and our scouting system and all the recruitment we do, we will get in good replacements for whoever leaves in the midfield. Bellingham is not the be all and end all, but if we get him, yes, fucking buzzing, that's class. But for Liverpool, it was like, no, we've been told we're getting Bellingham. We missed out on midfielders last summer because we're getting Bellingham. And they've drove that home to us for the last 12 months. So if they end up with their trousers around their ankles and egg in their face this summer and he turns up in the Etihad with a blue shirt, they're going to go, oh, shit. We look like dickheads now. We look like absolute idiots.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the piss that could be boiled in the next like 6 months is wild. Imagine Jude Bellingham signs to Manchester City. Erling Haaland signs a new contract with Manchester City. Imagine.
Gavi on a free.
Gvardiol. Bro, we're rooting football again. We're about to root football again.
You'd have people coming from all over the world, from all 4 corners of the globe. They would make a pilgrimage to the Etihad to burn the place down. This cannot happen. They can't sign Gavi, Bellingham, extend Haaland, extend Alvarez, Gvardiol. This can't be. It would not be piss boiling. We'd probably be self-destructing because the world will come in on top of us.
Yeah. It is like it's mad though. It is mad. Like, do you remember last season at one point when we were top of the league and Liverpool had a couple of games in hand, and then all the newspapers were like, "City ruining football is boring. City ruining football is boring." But then as soon as we're second, it's City a disaster. Like, it's so weird. It's so weird the narrative that always gets driven. Like, it's almost a blessing in disguise that we're not top of the league at some point. Like, because if we were top of the league now and we've been top of the league as long as Arsenal have been this season, then everyone would just be like, oh, yeah, they've pissed it, ruining football. Do you know what I mean? That's the way it always is.
They'd be saying, as they should, with Erling Haaland, that team, that's what they should be.
Everything it'd just be expected, wouldn't it? It'd just be like, oh, yeah, it's expected. Like, easy, boring.
But look, we don't listen to that shit. Like, we know what we're doing. We stick together, as Steve says. We're a family. We're one big family. We stick together and we all pull in the same direction. We don't let rival fans come into these streams and rattle us. We don't let rival fans tear us apart. Our club is doing absolutely everything spot on. I genuinely mean that. As long as we're innocent of all those charges and the club say we are, so you have to take that at face value. We have no reason to not believe them. If we are innocent of all those and we're cleared, this club is run absolutely excellently. And that is why, like I said on another stream the other day, you are seeing so many clubs around England and around the world now trying to emulate the CFG, the CFA, the whole Manchester City recruitment model, because everything we do is aimed towards sustainable success, and it's working.
There's no way that people wouldn't want to emulate the way that City's going. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. The way it is as well. Fucking hell, yes, mate, with a 2 says, Huey, what's Grizz saying about the latest rumours on Bellingham?
Put it this way. Grizz said if Bellingham signs for Manchester City, that next Big Six show, he will sit there bollock naked. Now, I told them I will not be around for that stream because I don't want to be a part of that. But that's where he's at. He's lost. Is
that what he said?
That's what he said. Go back and watch the show. For all my Big Six family in the chat there, you can vouch from here. Grizz said he will sit there naked if he signs for City. This is blowing his head. He's all over the place. Liverpool fans like him who have drummed it home since this whole thing began that he's come to Liverpool. They're getting very worried. They're getting very tetchy now. He doesn't have any rumors for me. All he's saying was Ornstein sometimes gets things wrong. Is that the best you can do? The Ornstein, one of the most trusted journalists in English football, sometimes get things wrong. Yeah, okay, mate. That'll tell you where he's at.
That stinks. Mohammed with a 2 says media doesn't even hide their hatred against City. They're very open with it. That's something that we've just had to deal with for a long time now. But I always see people always message us, innit? Like they'll send us a message and be like, bro, like they'll be like, I'm getting bullied at school. People are saying like, oh, people are like chatting shit about City. And it's getting to me like, what should I do? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, people come up to me saying oil club and that, and it's just like, just allow it. Like, I don't care. If someone, like, people can do it in the chat all the time, innit? Like, people come in and like, oh, oil club. Berlin there. Bro, just I'm saying this, right? Berlin there, City has fans, question mark. Exact same thing, you know what I mean? That's what happens all the time. I'm not asked, innit? Like,
no, don't be arsed. Don't let them bother you, man. You need to see my DMs every single day because I'm an Irish City fan. I don't say kid, and I don't sound like I'm from Manchester, but I support Manchester City and I put myself in all these shows and I defend City. My DMs, my comments every day flooded with people being like, "You plastic glory hunter," yada yada yada. Just brush it off, man. Just know the club you support and the club you're following is doing everything. We're doing everything. We're winning trophy after trophy. We've got a striker up top banging in goals, best manager in the world. Don't worry. Don't stress people. Yeah. Keep your head high.
Abubakar says it's hard to ignore when people carry on saying it, but just let them do what they want, and let them waste their time saying it. Like if
it's jealousy, man. They're saying it because their club is not doing what we are doing. They're sitting there saying, "Fuck me, I wish FSG operated like Khaldoon and Cheeky. I wish the Glazers were like City's board and City's owners. I wish the Cronkies. I wish. You can keep wishing because you're not like us. You're not built like us. It's jealousy, man.
The thing is as well with them situations, if you let that get to you, they know that it's something that they can say that can piss you off in it. So they'll just keep forcing that. They'll keep pushing that side of it, which. That's just the way it is nowadays. Just gotta allow it though. Also on that, it's actually funny when you said about the DMs, bro. When me and LV did the Ronaldo stream, and then the Ronaldo stream, yeah, the zoo, right? You should have seen our DMs after that. The day after when Ronaldo signed for United. Oh man, it was heavy. So people say bad shit, when they get pressed about football. Carl with a 20 knock says, "What if Messi joins us?" Question mark.
He's going back to Barca, isn't he?
I've heard that, but can Barca sign him?
Yeah, this is the question, man. I don't
Would
know.
You take it?
Well. Would I take
It's
Messi?
it's a horrible one, isn't it?
That's a heavy question, man. That's a heavy question.
I feel like it's 2 years too late, but would you still take him? He's still smashing it.
Yeah.
Could Messi come in and do bits? I don't know.
I don't know. Leave that to the chat, man. Do a poll. Do a poll in the chat.
Yeah,
will you?
chat. Here we go.
Would you take Messi right now?
The thing is, right. Do you remember when we got Frank Lampard?
City legend.
Yeah, City legend. And then it was actually a deal to New York City, wasn't it? But then we kind of just had him whilst we got him. It was loaned straight back to us, and then until the end of the season, then he went straight there. Like, you could full send something like that, where because he has said before, Messi, that he does want to play in the MLS at some point. So
well, that's what we were kind of offering him.
We offered him shares as well in the CFG. He went big.
Yeah, we really went for it that time.
We paved the way for Messi to join Manchester City, and all because of a Bureau fax. Man won't go to court in it.
I think I'd take him. I'd take him just so I could go to the Etihad and see Messi play in a Manchester City shirt.
I think I could peacefully pass away at that point, bro. Like, see Messi, I could retire as a football fan. I could be like, yes.
Even if he's in a Zimmer frame. Yeah, I'd still be like, you know what? I've seen Messi play.
Just to see him in a thingy, just see him in a city top. It'd be pretty sick.
And listen, the amount of shirts he would sell as well would be outrageous. Like, it would be a commercial signing for me more than anything. It wouldn't be a tactical signing.
Just imagine Messi and Haaland in the same team, bro.
Messi, Haaland, De Bruyne, Jude. Like, it's just outrageous.
Yeah, bro. It's not happening, is it? But it'd be
that would be ruining.
It'd be pretty sick. So, you know what I mean? Like, and obviously, if the PSG fans have been booing him, saying he ain't worth the money, the Barca don't know if they can even sign him again because of the situation that they found themselves in. I don't know, man. I think it'd be funny, but everything.
Apparently, he wants to go back to Barca. I think he wants to go back and retire there.
Yeah,
but he'd need to basically take no wages. Like, he wouldn't be able to take a salary. He'd be playing for free.
It might be game for that. It might have gone made his cash at PSG, then just gone right. Okay, well now I'll go play free at Barca for a year, retire. Go well, I'll play there, then go to MLS. I'll just retire there. Yeah. Interesting one though. The chat have voted, and they're kind of gone with yes for Messi at City, which is not surprising. 54% of people. It's close though. 46% of people saying no. A lot of people saying that he's past it, and they don't like the fans that Messi bring with him. I was thinking at this stage in Messi's career, it's probably just a risk that he doesn't need to take. Like, because people are
I don't think he'd have any.
You know what I mean? Like,
no, he doesn't want to be going to Turf Moor on a Tuesday night. You know what I mean? To play against fucking Ashley Barnes and them, man. He wants to be chilling out.
Yeah, my man wants the hot weather in that, innit? He don't want no Manchester weather at this point. Nick Cooper with a 2 says, "What do you think about bringing Barge into the first team? I'd love to see it. Don't think you'll ever see it. Unfortunately, I think he's mint. I think he's ready for a step up. I think his contract runs out soon, or there's only a year left, and he's not signing a new one. Lewis knows more about the situation than I do, but he looks mint. He looks incredible. Looks like he's ready to take a step. But there are clubs rumored to be looking at him. I remember Bolton were first interested, and then instantly, because my mate is a Bolton fan, I was like, "Who's this Carlos Borges guy? Is he any good?" I was like, "Bro, he's sick." And then instantly, teams like Dortmund, stuff like that, were all interested. And I was like, "Yeah, you ain't getting him." I was like, I imagine that he probably will make a move somewhere else. Unfortunately, I don't know why though. I don't know why he's never been given a chance. I think there might be something behind the scenes.
I think if he was to be given a chance, he would have been given it properly by now. He would have been in the first team a couple of times, but he would have played maybe those FA Cup games. The Burnley game would have been a perfect one for him, and another one before that too. He's one of those ones that he'll help us. He'll help us towards signing players like Bellingham, because we'll sell Borges for 20-25 million. Or maybe even we'll give him to Dortmund as part of a swap deal and cash for Jude Bellingham. So he's another product of how the CFG and the CFA and all these kind of things all helps us push towards the final goal.
Yeah, 100%. That's the whole thing with the Borges situation. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because I think it'd be so good to see him with a chance, just at least a chance.
But you know what it is, bro? Every single year without fail, because of how good our academy is and because of how good the EDS consistently is, there's always going to be one or two players in that EDS team that we go, oh, give him a chance. He deserves a chance. You know, bring him into the first team, and maybe one will slip through every now and then. But the majority of which we'll end up selling for 15, 20 million or use as part of a swap deal.
Yeah, I mean, look at Delap. We were crying about Delap getting a chance for 2 years, and that never happened. So I just don't see any signs of Barge getting a chance at this moment in time. But for me, Nick, mate, I'd like it. Henry Dyer with a 2 says, imagine the Messi fans when Pep benches him. Yeah, imagine. Jeez, I can't.
But when Pep subs off Haaland on 5 goals in the Champions League to bring on Messi to stop him breaking Messi's record.
Yeah, to stop him. Yeah, that's funny.
The ultimate slap in the face.
Yeah. Chase with the 2 says Messi behind Haaland and Alvarez up top. Yeah, that'd be some crazy scenes. It's not gonna happen, but I mean, we're FIFA mode, isn't it? We'll start a FIFA career mode, me and you, and we'll full send Messi into the team.
Yeah, we'll ruin football virtually.
Yeah, we'll ruin it virtually. Daniel Thompson with a 2 says, would you take Neymar? Now, this one is another one. I'm going to do another poll for this. This one's another one that that people always question as well. Because there's rumours about PSG. More rumours today, actually, about them being interested in Bernardo Silva. He's having a good season. He does tend to miss his sister's birthday because he's got a very, 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 very strange relationship with his sister. Yeah, very sus. And he always misses her birthday around that time. Guy does roll about on the floor, but he's quality.
Yeah, no, I'm very conflicted on this one as well. I think I lean towards no.
My head leans towards no, but it only leans. It leans towards no. And there's something about it that I just like, whoa, that's something might cook there. Yeah, mega Vinny over Neymar, right? But you're not going to sign Vinicius.
I love Vinicius.
I'd take Vinicius every day if he was available, but you ain't going to sign it. Osmodi says I don't like the drama that he brings. Chevy says he's my baller, but no, to be honest. He's a baller, but I just think I think the ego that he brings and he might bring a little bit of chaos to the dressing room. The wages, Latabo.
He's 31.
So wild, isn't it? It's so wild when you see players like Neymar. Just like you think that went rapid.
I'd have taken him 2 years ago, no problem. Not now.
I'd have taken Messi 2 years ago.
I think I'd take Messi now.
I think I'll take Messi now. Just so I can see it. I just want to see it. Narimene with a 2 month says, why do they hate City? Is it because our owners are Arabs? We don't need Messi. We have our goats, Haaland and KDB. I think they hate City because of pure jealousy, to be honest.
Yeah, it's because we've absolutely no right to be where we are. Like when you think about the whole thing, the club's taken over, and then we just build this beautiful infrastructure that's almost impenetrable. We bring in the best players, the best manager, fantastic academy, women's team thriving too. Like it's one of those just dreams, absolute dreams that football fans would always want. So when people take shots at it, it's stemming from a genuine jealousy deep in their stomach. That's the way I view it.
Yeah, 100%. Daniel Thompson again with a 2. Cheers, mate. He says Neymar for Bernardo Silva swap deal. That's what I mean. PSG are interested in Bernardo, and they apparently wanted to offload Neymar.
Would you do a direct swap? No cash involved. Just you take Bernardo, we take Neymar.
My only issue with that is, then again, that would allow you to take like a Foden or a Grealish and put them in the mid. Because my only issue is you're losing a midfielder and gaining a winger.
But it would also mean that you could probably afford his wages if you're not paying big cash as well.
Yeah, remember he has a huge... What is his salary? Is it like 700 grand a week or something at PSG?
Isn't it like 700 grand a week? And he owns a hotel or something, like they gave him some property.
Did they?
I'm pretty sure when they signed him, as part of his signing on fee, they gifted him a 5-star hotel in Paris. Now that could be completely coming out of my arse, but I'm pretty sure I read that.
He's on 700 grand a week.
Yeah, we ain't paying that, man. We ain't paying that.
Messi's on 800 grand a week at PSG.
We ain't paying that either.
Ain't paying that. He got a share in a hotel chain.
Yeah, that's probably it then. Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Come and drive for us, man. We'll give you a hotel. We'll give him shares in the Maldron there up in town, or a Premier Inn or something.
Yeah. It's wild. We'll give him shares in Pep's restaurant, and he just can allow that.
Give him vouchers for Pep's restaurant.
Some vouchers, a little voucher booklet. 10% off.
10% off if you score a goal.
Only on Tuesdays though, like. Give him a share in Mary D's.
Yeah, man, free man.
Yeah, so Neymar's in the bin. Neymar ain't happening. Messi, obviously, probably not happening as well. I say probably, it's definitely not happening. Crazy, isn't it? They give away a lot at PSG. Like Neymar, they give Mbappe. They give him the owner job, didn't they? They give him part ownership.
They gave him the keys, man. They gave him the keys to the house. It's his ship now.
Yeah, look at me, I'm the captain now vibes, isn't it? That's what he did.
I am the captain now.
Yeah, that's the pure vibes that on Bop give off.
These are all just like fairy tale or like kind of hypothetical signings. But listen, we are onto a winner here. We are onto a winner. Get Haaland on a new and improved contract.
We've got our own Galactico.
Bro, we don't need. And the thing is, I'm not sure I really want to go down the route of like we must always sign or we must always have Galacticos in our squad. We have Haaland. Build around him, keep him happy, bring in players that will facilitate him and make our squad overall better. Getting Haaland on a new and improved contract and keeping him sweet at the club is better for me than any Messi, any Neymar right now. We know what we're doing. Our project is working. We're going in the right direction. So the title of this stream is bigger than any title we could make for me.
Yes. Love that. That is vibes. This one. He's on fire. That's relevant. The Irish LB, yes, with a 3 month says, is it me or does Hugh look like an Irish LB? Love you, Hugh, by the way.
I'm a slightly hairier LB.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd say more the Irish Bernardo Silva. I kind of agree with everyone else, like when they say you look like Bernardo Silva.
I'll take that, man. I'll take that.
Yeah, the Irish Bernardo Silva is probably where we'd go with that.
I am taller though. I want to make that clear. I am much taller than Bernardo Silva. I'm not a short arse. And if you don't believe me, go check my Instagram at Humery13. There's a photo of me with Bernardo Silva in Manchester Airport on that. Go.
Yeah, so you've actually got the exact height reference.
Yeah.
Bernard O Silva, like. That's funny.
I just clocked that. Yeah. It took me a second to clock.
Oh, Silver was the last name. That is funny. Reese Productions with a 5 months says, if he goes to 3 at the back next season, does Rico get game time? Yes, because he'll do his inverting just like he has done this year.
Yeah.
Because he'll line up as a part of the back 4, but then invert inside, then we'll go into that back 3. That's the way that'll work. Right, anything else on Haaland? Or is that it? Are we done?
Big W's all around, man. W's in the chat for our club running this ship properly. W's in the chat for Haaland new contract. The monster. The monster's staying. He's going nowhere. He's one of our own.
He's one of our own. The clippability of things like this that we say when we get found guilty. And it's like, W's in the chat for our club running this ship properly.
When we're found guilty, I say L's in the chat. Our club are fucked up.
Yeah, L's in the chat. Sack the board. Yeah, right. Appreciate everyone in the stream and that. We've got a lot of content again coming to you today. People might just be like, whoa, why is City Xtra just posting content? Like, they must be having an off day posting all this content. No, this is for the foreseeable. No man on machine vids, right? About that. About that. Just on Friday, turn notifications off. Yeah, we have a lot
of man or machine.
Yeah, we got loads. People crying now. No. Yeah, we've got a lot of content coming to you, a lot of consistency now going forward. So stay tuned. There'll be a video up at 4 o'clock. It's already scheduled, so you got an hour to chill. The video up at 4, and there'll be a stream later on and a YouTube short. So big up everyone. Make sure you like stream. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're heading towards 75k. That is the next goal. Hugh's doing his best to get us there, aren't you, man? I see.
I will get us there. I will if it costs me everything, I will get us to 75k. And you, my Xtra Club army, you can make that happen. Share it around, hit the like button, get people to subscribe, get your nan, get your aunt, get your dog. We're going places with this. Extra to the moon.
Say to the moon, boys. Right. See you later.